Hi, welcome to Two Yarn Snobs. It's me, Sabrina. No Anna, we're still socially distancing. So, what's been going on? We had that big, huge snowstorm, and then less than a week later it was 75 degrees. Who knows? It's Arkansas, right? And this is my weekend off. And I went to work yesterday anyway because they needed some help, and it's just what we do. I didn't have to work very long. Like, I was only there 3 hours or so, but bailed them out, and it was good. And then, of course, I really wanted to go somewhere and do something, see something that wasn't the inside of my house or the inside of my job. And I was like, can we just go on a drive? And my husband's like, of course we can. And then it started pouring rain. And you can probably hear the rain today. It's still pouring rain. Anyway, this is episode 27 of Two Non-Yarn Snobs. So I have a few finishes today, and we'll talk about them. And we have some that Anna would say is not finished because they need buttons, but I found my button stash and I will rectify that today. So I have one more pot holder woven on my little pot holder loom that I got on Amazon, and these loops are from the Wool Novelty Company. And I think I might have enough loops to make one more pot holder, and then I'm completely out of loops. And I haven't really decided who I'm going to order loops from. I like the loops from Harrisfield Design better. I just don't like the price tag. 47 cents for a pot holder, $5 for a pot holder. So I may be looking and seeing what I can find. So, one more pot holder. And then I got sucked in. Anna has been making some towel toppers, and she's doing a couple every month to have Christmas gifts for some people in her life. And I saw them on Facebook, and I was like, hey, I really don't find those very useful. And like, they just have crocheted tops, and she's like, they're just really decorative. People don't really use them that much. And I said, well, I just don't find them very useful. You can hang them on your stove or on your refrigerator, and I guess they are kind of cute. So I'm a follower today, and I got sucked in. So this is Big Twist yarn, and I have 2 of them because I cut them in half, and they say blessed. It's raining and cloudy, so we don't have natural light today, but my husband set up some lights for me, and so the lighting might be a little harsh. It is what it is. It's either harsh light and no natural light, or not to podcast, and then, you know, once I get out of the habit of it, who knows when I would come sit down and talk to y'all again. This is just orange juice. There could be vodka in it later today, but right now it's just orange juice. So then I found this little towel, and it says bless this kitchen. And again, this is the Big Twist yarn. And then the other half of it, I put the green on, and I think it looks nice. This is Red Heart Super Saver and Tea Leaf. So I have 4 of those, and a pot holder. That's all my kitchen stuff. Work is picking up. It's that time of year, and I'm kind of probably going to be struggling to get some things done because work will be very tasking, but that's okay. So I did make 2 hats on my little knitting machine. And this is machine knit. It's Caron Simply Soft in gold ombre. And I got this on clearance for $2. I did use the entire skein. And it's double thick. So it's going to be really nice. And I like the pom-pom on it. I had been struck, had not ever got my little machine to work with worsted weight yarn, but it did with the Caron Simply Soft, and it was fine. So then I grabbed some of the Big Twist, and this is salmon, Big Twist salmon. It looks more red than it truly is. It's a peachy salmony color. And it knit this hat okay too. So I'm plenty happy with that. And then I sat down and was going to make hats one night. And it has decided that it no longer wants to make a hat for me. Which is a little sad. I have fiddled with it and messed with it and fiddled with it. And it's dropping stitches and tucking stitches, and it's a big mess, which is not a big deal because you can just take it off and pull the yarn back out and you haven't really lost anything other than some time. But that said, it's very frustrating. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. We thought about taking it apart to see if it needed to be cleaned. I don't feel like I've made enough hats that it should be worn out. Yeah, I just don't. I mean, I feel like it should have done better than it has. Once again, not wanting to spend the money. I probably should have got the Addie King Size Express, and maybe I would have been using it for a couple of years now instead of just a couple of months. Anyway, I'll probably save my dollars and get one of those because I really enjoy doing this, and I have a large family, and this is really the only way that we could give a meaningful gift to all of them, is for me to make them something. So, anyway, let's move on. Remember I made this cow. There was no pattern for this. I just cast on 104 stitches and did some ribbing and then switched to stockinette and went until I didn't have any yarn left. Well, I asked you if you thought it would be better if I made mittens to go with the cow or a hat to go with the cow, and the majority of the votes was mittens, so I have done that. This is the same yarn. I had 2 skeins of it. And let me put them on for you because I do not have mitten blockers or sock blockers. This is the World's Simplest Mittens by Tin Can Knits. I think this is a fantastic pattern. It goes from infant all the way up to adult sizes. It's very easy to understand.
I'll wear mine if you'll wear yours. That's mine. Can I be in your baby? It's upside down.
How it's upside down?
Now can I be in your baby?
No, not this time. Maybe next time.
No. When did I hear that before? Maybe we can make a movie tonight. All them there jammies you got there.
So I enjoyed knitting these. I have decided to keep this set for myself because I finished knitting these right before the huge snowstorm, and what better than I had some little bitty cheap thin gloves, you know, the magic stretch gloves, but warm mittens or some 97-cent gloves, I'm going to take the warm hand knit mittens. So this is officially mine. I do not keep very many things for myself, but this set is mine. Okay, so I only have a few more finished objects, and I don't have, like, everything that I've worked on I have finished this week, so that is amazing. So Anna had got a book called 200 Crocheted Squares for Blankets, Throws, and Afghans. And I was like, oh, that's amazing. I should get that book, and then we could do like a crochet along, and we could show it on the podcast, and it would be so much fun. And she said, yeah, I'm going to do one when interest strikes, and I don't want to be committed like that. And I was like, okay. I said, I still think I'm going to get the book, because 200 crocheted squares for Afghans sounds fantastic. So I asked Jerry to order that for me on Amazon, and he said, sure, babe. And I got 200 knitted blocks for Afghans, throws, and blankets. So that's really cool, because Anna got the crocheted one and I got the knitted one, and it's the same author. So I have decided I'm going to do all 200 blocks, and probably all in just whatever yarn I can find at the time, is worsted weight, acrylic, like use up some of my scraps and my partial balls. And I have made block number 2. My ends are not woven in because I'm Sabrina and they're ends, which I hate. So this block's name is Offset. It is a mitered square. So you knit it this way, and you start with the biggest part, and you're continuously making it smaller every other row. And then they had you switch colors and add something different. This is, once again, that big twist that I already had out. And this is a mainstays yarn. And I don't know what the color name is. The ball band is long gone. So I don't know if I'm going to promise I will have a new block every week, but maybe. We'll see. But so something to follow along with. Maybe you want to get the book and crochet or knit with me. Knitted blocks for an Afghan. And I think it'd be really pretty, like just all different colors, every square different. Maybe. My kitten is in here and he's having a field day. So look at the elephant in the room. I finished the Merle mandala. This is just a granny square Afghan. I took 2 mandala cakes. I just pulled 2 off the shelf. I didn't care what 2 it was. And I made squares. And I made 100 squares. And then I put it together with a Caring 1 pound in black. And I really thought 1 pound of yarn would have been plenty to do the join as you go method. It was not. It was not. I had ended up using a big twist in black because I had it here. And the closest place I could have got another Caring 1 pound would have been at Joann's, which is over an hour drive. That wasn't happening because it's an hour drive to buy a skein yarn. Or order it online and wait, and that wasn't happening either. So I had 2 rows big twist in black. So, I don't know if you can really see, but maybe I grabbed 2 more mandala cakes to do the border. I did a single crochet border once around, and then I did 2 rows of half double crochet holding 2 yarns together. And it used about a half a cake. And I am super happy with it, and now that it's been shown to you, I think I'm going to put it on my couch. I had intended it to be a Christmas gift, but I really love it. And I have plenty of time before Christmas, right? Plenty of time before Christmas. So I think that might be my plan. I think this would be bright and beautiful in my living room. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do. So then I did crochet up some of the little grannies that I'm doing this to use up the last little bit of a skein. This was from the machine knitted hat, and this one was from a machine knitted hat, and this one was from a machine knitted hat, and this one is a mandala ombre in the color Serenity in the next project I'm going to show you. I don't know what I did with my little basket that's holding those. I will find it here in a minute. I came out here this morning and I have moved a lot of things around, and I think I have probably 90% of my yarn is now on this wall instead of being on different shelves around the room. So it's much fuller than it has been, which was a little disappointing, okay? Because I had made holes in it and there was space, and I was looking forward to using up most of my yarn so I could go buying more, right? Because you can't have more than what you can fit in your space. And I very luckily have a whole room that I can put my things in that, you know, I'm not having to store it in totes, and it's not having to be put under the bed. And I feel super fortunate that this is the first time that I've ever had this much space. But now I just want to use it up so I could buy something different. Not that I don't love what I have, it's just I want something different. So I have one more finished object, and it is, what did I do with the tag? This is the Crochet BoHo tank top by Hooked on Homemade Happiness. I used a Lion Brand Mandala Ombre in the color Serenity. Or Serene. Serene? Serene. Serene. So let me show you. It is very boho. It will be worn like this. It gets a button put on the back. And that is a lot of fringe. I used I love this yarn to do the trim work and the fringe. I just thought it would be more cohesive. So I am not going to wear this. Jerry said it looked like pajamas to him and that I should wear it as pajamas. I'm a bigger girl. I wear a size 16, 18, and I'm in my 50s, and I'm a pretty modest person, and I choose to cover up what I don't want people to see. But I work with a couple of my nieces, and they are young, and spring and summer's coming, and I think they will look adorable in these. So I've made one, and I have another one started, and hopefully this took me, like, I did the 7 squares you crochet the 7 squares and then you slip stitch them together, and then you single crochet around it, and then you do this border and attach the fringe. I did the 7 squares in one evening, pretty easy, and I put them together exactly like they came off of the cake. So this one was first, and then this one was second, and then it moved to this bright pink and this bright orange, and then a more mellow orange. So that is pretty much how it came off the cake. And I'm happy with that. I really like the dark oranges right in the middle. And I hope that she really likes it, because if I was 20 and 20 or 30 pounds lighter than I am now, I probably would have worn this. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, I hope she will. And then I've got another one started, and I am using a lighter weight yarn. The pattern calls for a 4.25 hook. I could not find a 4.25 in my stash. I had a 4.0, which is a G, and I had a 5, which is an H. Kind of wish I'd used the H, because it would have been more drapey. But I did get 7-inch squares, which is what she said that you needed with 7-inch squares. So I got gauge with the G, but I feel like it was a little heavy for the yarn. I mean, a little small for the yarn, so my gauge is a little bit small. The next one I'm doing out of a DK weight yarn, and I'm using the G hook, and I am already much happier with the drape of the fabric. So I should have it done and be able to show it to you next week. So that's all I really have had going on. I haven't worked on anything that isn't a finished object. I do plan to cast on some socks. I know Sock Madness is going on. I did not sign up for that. Because I'm not mad. Because I don't knit a sock in a day, or a pair of socks in a day, and I have a job, and a demanding job, and I have a child who's 11 and very self-sufficient, but I still have a child, and he requires food. And I do have a stay-at-home husband who does most of the housework, and I'm grateful for that. But still, every now and then, a load of laundry needs to be folded, or, you know, counters need to be wiped down, or the dishwasher needs loaded, and I just can't see myself doing Sock Madness. That's okay. But I do have a great desire to cast on a pair of socks, so I'm pretty sure that's going to happen pretty quickly. I have some sock yarns pulled out that I think would be nice to use. And I feel like spinning, and I have pulled out 2 beautiful braids of fiber that I really would like to see be yarn. And so that's what's in my head today. And that's about it, guys. I always look forward to your comments. I read everyone and generally respond to everyone. I'd love to chat with you. So until next time, keep your needles clicking. Bye, guys.